What's up, everybody? Coach Drew here with the BU Stay True program. I hope everyone is doing well and is safe and healthy. We want to get right into it, introduce you to our next coach who's going to be at our 6th annual BU Stay True basketball camp, Coach Khalil Shorter. What's up, Khalil?
What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's staying safe. So much going on in the world, but just know that tough times don't last and things will get better.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. And we're going to go straight into it. Khalil, you've been a brother of mine, someone I've looked up to, someone that's inspired me, motivated me, and you've also been a coach at BU Stay True. So you've seen it grow from just an idea on the Mount St. Vincent campus to what it is now. What does it mean for you to be a part of something that you see Nico and I started and you be able to, give your 2 cents and influence, young student athletes?
Yeah, like you said, I've been in since day one. We were all on campus together, and, it started in the dorm room where we always hung out. So there's an idea, and, sometimes ideas get pushed away, but you and Nico actually pushed it through. And I think the first one, I made the geotag for it. That was dope. So, yeah so, like, it came through, and a testament from the first year to the second year, how it keeps growing. And you pick up more coaches, you pick up more kids, and it's starting to become a tradition. And, the Bronx news is picking up on it. So that's the best part, that the recognition is given, but seeing it come tenfold is amazing. And it also, like, it's a testament to, what we always talk about, just following your dreams and stuff like that. So it's like, I'm not going to say it's like but like, I knew it was going to happen. It was just the time, time and everything. Like, I can't say I'm surprised because I knew you guys had the power to do it.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, for real. And I've known you your whole, about 5-6 years, right? Now that we're going. And we're college teammates, friends in college, friends after college. If you could just introduce yourself to the parents and the kids that are watching now, who you are and how you even got into basketball and the position you are now.
So I guess starting, I've been playing ball my whole life. Went to Staten Island, played at St. Peter's High School, probably a good high school. Then after that, went to Mount, played 4 years there where, like, I started to find myself a little bit more what I wanted to do.
Yep.
After Mount, playing for 4 years, and, I loved it there. I was kind of in, like, the middle gray area, what I wanted to do. I was, like, working in like communications, graphic design, IT, computer science, all that stuff. Then I fell in love with educating the youth. So now I'm a New York City Department of Education teacher, working on my master's in admin. So see how that takes me. But I also teach. I also coach JV basketball. I'm an assistant on varsity at Port Richmond High School. So so, like, my coaching, I fell in love with educating more, but the coaching aspect, it's like for me to stay close to the game and, bring the two together. But I'm a basketball junkie. I love everything about the game that it teaches, not only to myself, but also to the kids. And I'm still learning as a coach daily, and I just love teaching the kids. So, I'm in the community, man. I'm out here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about motivating the youth, whether it be through sport or through your words. If you could talk about, coaches you've had or, family members or siblings that motivated you throughout your career, whenever you had some adversity, either in life or in basketball, who were those people to you?
It starts back to, high school, grammar school. Coach Charlie Driscoll was my high school coach. Wendell Stratford, my AAU coach, and he was also my high school assistant coach. Starts with them two. It's stolen into me, like, work hard. Nothing's guaranteed. I transferred into Peters from a small school, but I wasn't like, I transferred in like I'm the man. They transferred like, yo, nothing's given to you, got to work. So that hard work ethic that they installed into me. Then when we got into Mount, things didn't work out, but I appreciate everything that everyone had for me. But Tibbs is like, Coach TJ Tibbs is like my best friend. He's also my coach, and he just, installed also the hard work, but he added, like, always keep a positive mindset no matter what.
100%.
And I'm at Port now, so, like, basically my varsity head coach is someone who obviously I have to follow, and, like, if, our relationship's really awesome. Coach Jeremy Smalls, he's an awesome guy. He knows the game very well, but he's so, like, into the community, into the kids, that, inspires me. So, like, here at Port Richmond, we preach building young men into men. So, our motto is, like, it takes the community to raise a kid. So, we make sure we, get everyone in hand, from the alumni to, the parent, coordinators, everything. So it definitely takes community to raise a kid into a young man. But other than that, I feel like everyone I come in encounter with, like, even coaching, like, if you're not even my player and I'm trying to recruit you to come to my school, I learn from you. Like, I learn from everyone. So pretty much everyone I come in contact with, whether it's positive or negative, because you take some light away from it.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like just like you said, you ended with like everyone that you came in contact with, whether it was
Yeah.
a coach, a mentor, a sibling, a person you coach now, they've all motivated you and inspired you to, with the game of basketball.
Yeah, that's the best part.
I know your experience throughout college, since being a teammate. If you could talk about some experiences throughout your college and high school career, what are some of those moments that stick out for you personally as a basketball player?
Let's see. Oh, my bad. For me, it would be like, it was a lot of fun times. Like, traveling with the team, like you'll never get that back. Like just hanging out and after practice, hanging out in the caf with the whole team. I think that like that whole brother feel, like that's the best part about it, because you're for like the whole year they're your brothers, and it's like when you go away for summer, you're like, oh, I missed the team or something like that. So pretty much hanging out with the boys, hanging out or whoever your teammates are, but then building that trust issue. And then obviously playing, like competing is the best part. The wins and losses are going to come and go, but just going out there, suiting up. And I think, like, I don't know, college is dope. Like, I don't know why everyone, like, I don't know. It's a tough question. If I can go back and do it, I'll do it a million times. And that's pretty much it. So pretty much everything about it, realistically. And high school, I would say just same thing, hanging out with the bros, playing in the championship game, suiting up, all that good stuff. All the stuff you like the kids talk about. Yeah, like I wouldn't even get into minor details like from Pacific. This play. It's just like the whole feel of the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, watching NBA and college basketball, has there been any teams or players that stick out for you as motivating, people throughout your career?
I'm a big Gonzaga fan, so Mark Few and the Gonzaga crew, those are my guys. I think they were going to win it this year if things would have never panned out the way they would with COVID-19. But I'm a big Gonzaga fan, so what he preaches is pretty much, obviously defense first, but he installs into his players like buy into the system. So any coach that's like buy into the system, like at Paul Richmond, it's so many schools in Staten Island. I think it's 11 or 12, so it's hard to get all the best talent. So I have to get kids who are willing to just buy in a lot rather than the best talent. So definitely Gonzaga. They run the Horns offense that I appreciate, pick and roll and stuff like that. So definitely Gonzaga. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tony Allen, obviously, that's like a inside joke, but yeah, anyone that just appreciates like the hard work ethic and like offense wins games, defense wins championships. I appreciate them.
I mean, we got to dive into it. Of course, it's an inside joke, but all of college, for anyone who's out there watching, I've heard this guy scream defense at the top of his lungs, first team, slap the floor, slap the hands, pull up the shorts. And at first, I loved it, right? Khalil was the type of guy, like, you wanted to be on his team, but you never wanted to face him. You always wanted him with you in the trenches. And I was fortunate enough to have that for my 3 years. If you could just talk about what did defense mean to you on the court and, overall for your personality as well.
Well, starting when I got to Peters, I was like 125, scrawny. So like, and like Peters is a good program where like they weight train a lot. The school I was at, they really didn't do that much. Like I was skilled, but I wasn't there like physically. So I had to find a way to get on the court. And I feel like any young kid out there that's just struggling, whatever it is to find playing time, the best way you can do it is just like do the little things like defense. A coach can never, deny you if you're stopping someone. So that was like my way to get on the court off rip. Like, if you want to be able to take shots, you got to be able to stop people. No one's going to yell at you if you're taking shots, but you're also defending. So, yeah, that's your best way to get on the court. If someone's going off one night and coach can call on you like, Khalil, go and stop them. Your 4 minutes a game can turn into 19. Your 5 minutes can turn into 27. So that's how I started. But then when I got into college, it was more of like, it's like an energy thing. Like people feed off energy. So if my energy on the court with defense was high and everyone is up and I'm stopping the best player, it's just going to be contagious and the whole team was like turned up. So that was the best way for me to do it, is just get everyone hyped. And we won a lot of games like that, so it helped out.
Yeah, obviously your energy was contagious to myself, along with other teammates and everyone else on the court. Everyone feeded off that energy. I want to talk about how something else about you is contagious. Your personality, your willingness to be yourself and to help others be themselves as well.
Mm-hmm.
We see the blonde hair. A lot of people don't have blonde hair. So if you could speak about that, why you are who you are, and most importantly, why are you joining BU Stay True this year for another year?
Yeah, like that's what it is. Like it says it right there. Be you, stay true. Like I'm super comfortable with my own skin. I feel like everyone should be, but like I don't. I wake up. I feel like I'm gonna do something. I want to do something. I feel like when there's a will, is a way. I'm gonna do it. So like this was just like quarantine impulse. I was like, I'm a teacher, so like we're doing remote teaching. So I was like, I'm not going outside no time soon. So why not give it a try? But like that's just how it is. Like if you want to do something, you should do it. I feel like kids should be the same way. If you feel like you want to make that team, do everything in your power to make that team. If you want to pass that class, do everything in your power to pass that class. It's just start the preparation. And I'm like one of the people that's like super prepared, super detailed, but like I'm super goal oriented. Like I make small goals and I turn into bigger goals. And I'm okay with failing because at the end of the day, I know I can judge myself. Other people judging me is cool, but like I'm super comfortable in my skin. And like I said, it's just about finding myself. And once you find yourself, that's the best part. Like it took me a while to do it. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. So any kid that's listening is just like, oh, I'm trying. Like it's a process. It was like from high school to at least like my junior, senior year of college when I was like super comfortable on how I felt about myself. But once you get there, it's a everlasting feeling. You'll feel a lot happy about yourself and you'll bring more joy to people. But I'm just me at the end of the day. And that's the testament to be you, stay true. That's why I keep
Easy.
yeah, it's like super easy. You wake up, you're not, putting on a persona, putting on a face. And the best thing you can, like, it's hard to like keep up with a lie, or it's hard to keep up with it. You got to backtrack. Oh, did I say this? Did I do that? So when you're just yourself, everything flows and you'll start to weed out the unnecessary people, unnecessary stuff in your life once you're, yourself.
100%. And with that, Khalil has been a coach at BU Stay True. He's been a supporter at Mount St. Vincent nonstop, even on the back end, producing social media images, videos, whatever we needed. It was easy to bank on Khalil to help us out.
Yeah.
Khalil, this year, you're going to be playing a different type of role. Each year we always have something called a coach's corner, just like this is called, where Nico and I talk about BU Stay True, how we started, why we started, things like that, how we overcame things. And then we give the opportunity for each of our coaches to speak about what BU Stay True means to them and what basketball has meant to them. This year, we're going to take a little spin on it. No one knows, but we're going to make the announcement now. We're going to have a section where you and TJ Tibbs are going to have a conversation with everyone who's on the call, right? Whoever's on the recording watching the camp. And just talk about the current times of what's happening in the world along with COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of kids have faced adversity for the past 3 to 4 months, whether they may be in the States or overseas. And, you talk about being goal-oriented and staying on track and staying focused. A lot of kids may have lost some goals over this time.
Yeah.
And, felt a type of way or didn't know what to talk about, how to have a conversation about what's going on in the world. Can you provide some insight into what that conversation is going to look like a little bit on July 19th?
Yeah. So basically, like, obviously, like I said, in the start of the call, tough times. It's hard. This is something new to not only like as educators, but the kid, just as hard as it is to teach, it's hard for them to learn. They're so used to, dealing, being in a classroom, leaning on their friends, leaning on their teachers, and the socio-emotional aspect of school. We always say school's about learning, but it's also about the social part too, where kids get off from that. And just, being quarantined in the house where you're only confined to your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, or whatever, it's easy to get discouraged. It's kind of like being trapped in a room with only a certain amount of windows or walls. And, I think the best part, the conversation would be like, it's just trust trust that, long times don't last, but more so like keep those goals in mind because, even if you're not outside doing it, there's could be little other ways you're doing it. Maybe you're doing it remotely, or maybe you're not running long distance because you can't go outside as much, but you're doing push-ups a lot more if that's you want to make that team, or you're doing sit-ups, or you're watching more film. Anything you can do, I feel like there's a way to like counterproductive. Like, we thought teaching was gonna be a lot harder, but now we're adapting to remote learning. We're learning so many new applications, Google Meet, Zoom, like so much stuff is just coming from it. So we thought we were down one way, but we came back and bounced back. So that's why we just tell the kids, just remain focused, and July 19th will give you a lot more insight, but just remain focused and understand that there's other ways you can be productive without, giving up on yourself.
100%. I talked with James Zucaro, our former captain, and we talked about having a growth mindset, just understanding the positive out of every situation. And with that, Khalil, I wanted to start wrapping up. If you could talk about your experience with college, right? College is such a tough time, finding yourself taking courses, things like that. What has been the experience for you coming from Staten Island, being a person of color, finishing college, like what does that mean to you and your family and your community?
It's awesome. Coming from Staten Island, being a person of color was like, something amazing. Now I have like something on my shoulder, and then I'm getting my like second and a half like I don't know, whatever you want to call it, another master's, whatever you want to call it, teacher certification, whatever. It's another accolade. It's another asterisk around my name that's super important, and that gives me credentials. But more so, it's just like it's a testament that to the young kids, like someone like your color, someone like you, someone is young, because mind you, I'm only 25, but I'm teaching in school where some of my kids might be 19, some of them might be 18. So I'm kind of like a big brother to them. But at the end of the day, I'm still like, I idol figure and an adult figure, but letting them know that like someone who's not too far from you, because when you hear from someone who's 60, you're like, oh, they're 60, like I'll never achieve that. But someone's like, 4 or 5 years from you, and it's like it's reachable, it makes it a lot better. So more so, it was awesome, for my family, and I'll never forget that. But like right now, it's super important that the young kids and the young generation knows that it's possible. I'm 25 and I'm doing it. You guys are 18. You may think your time's running out, but your time's only starting. And I think that's a big thing that this generation is like. It's like it's a misconception on time. We're always so rushed. People will be 17, like, oh, I need a job. Like, granted, it's okay to have a job, but you don't need one realistically. It's about finding yourself. So I feel like the misconception of social media and stuff like that, putting a rush on people to grow up. I just can't deal with it. Like I personally don't like it. I tell kids to be a kid as long as you can, and then when you're ready to step out, baby steps. Don't jump from walking into a G-Wagon. Like take them baby steps. Get to a home key first. So they need to definitely like time. Take your time, baby steps, and like I always say, just like it sounds so cliche now that everyone ran with it, but like trust the process at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. Last 2 questions for you, Khalil. Being in quarantine for going on 4 months now, has there been any skills or attributes, things that you figured out about yourself or gained during this time?
Like I brushed up on my like graphic design skills. I've been putting out like more content. I'm dipping and dabbing into like clothing design. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but like, that's been cool. That's pretty much like I'm a good cleaner now. Like I gotta clean the crib more. But, like skill wise, like I've been learning how to communicate with my students a lot better through Zoom, and like it's different when you see you read the social cues through like when you're in person, like their body language, but reading them through Zoom, verbal is really important. So I had to dip and dab back into like my communication classes, notes and stuff like that. And how kids present themselves. But other than that, just like being more tech savvy and that's pretty much it.
All right, let's wrap it up now. I just wanted to have you give one piece of advice for all the parents out there, the kids out there. July 19th is coming up. We're about a month and a couple weeks away. One piece of advice, even though we're still quarantined and New York is moving into the next phases, one piece of advice for all the young hoopers and parents out there.
Parents, mostly, like you said, like support your kids, but don't be a crutch. I think that's not important for the parents. It's good to support your kids, but just don't be a crutch. And then often because they have to leave the nest eventually one day. So if you're a crutch and they leave the nest, then they're so dependent on you. But definitely support them to an extent where they're actually learning themselves. And kids, like I said, trust the process. Be you, obviously stay true to yourself, but don't depend on it, the crutch. If it's there, don't be so lenient on it. I was fortunate to have 2 parents, but I operated as if like I really did it, in a sense, if that makes sense. Like I didn't say forget my parents, but it was more like I tried it on my own, and if worse come to worse, if I was on my back, then I reached on my parents, but I didn't use it as a crutch. So kids, just like do it your way, try to do it your way. Always be mindful of like your parents got your back, be respectful, but try to get it done yourself. Because once the biggest, best feeling is when you do something and it's, done your way, you do it that way and stuff like that. So yeah. And at the end of the day, no matter what you do, that there's always going to be on tomorrow. And if you feel like you're at the bottom, that's the best part because you can only go up from there.
Perfect way to end it, Coach Khalil.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. And for everyone watching this video, you can follow us on Instagram at @BUStayTrue_, on Twitter, and join us on Facebook at the BU Stay True program Facebook page. If you're on our YouTube channel, give this a like and comment and let Coach Khalil things you're looking forward to at the camp. And we'll be in contact. And thank you again, Coach Khalil. And see you next
Anytime.
time.
All right, bro.